I am such a very funny blogger. Honestly, I laugh when I take up some news sometimes. It's like the people I'm trying to give news to tend to even know about the news before I even relate to them. So I laugh a lot of times, but I still talk about these things because vlogging is fun, right? So I'm right here on Google Trends and I see that Regina Daniels is one of the top most trending issues right now in Nigeria. So I click on it, like it is. I want to check out what's the big deal right there. So already, if you're already on social media, it's everywhere, right? Regina Daniels and her husband Ned Nwoko, and he's saying that fans rally behind actress Regina Daniels over marital crisis. And so, yeah, I think we had a lot of videos yesterday, right? Even VDM himself came around, gave us a whole lot of videos. Let me check our Facebook, right? I think VDM gave his own take on the whole issue. And let me see right here. He talked on Regina Daniels yesterday. Yes, the video is out. Rather cry in a Lamborghini, don't cry out for help. And VDM, as usual, he's a funny man and he knows how to put out his own. Yeah.
I'd rather cry in a Lamborghini, don't they cry for help. I'd rather cry in a Lamborghini, don't come down from the Lamborghini, they cry for help. You see, what you all don't know is that again you go cry for that Lamborghini finish. As you say, maybe they drive, they go house, as you they cry. The tears don't cover your eye. You they drive, next thing you know they see road clear. Jesus. Boom.
Verydarkman is a clown, honestly.
For road, another motor trailer pick you. That's the end of your life, No material thing on earth should be worth your happiness. Forget that bullshit quote.
True talk.
No material thing on earth should be worth your joy, your peace of mind, bro.
True talk.
This is something that they've used to shape the mind of our women, of our young girls. The orientation is crazy, societal standard. It's either you are rich or you look rich. I'd rather cry in a Lamborghini. That means even if they slap you, beat you, punch you, even if the man bring other women to the house, some of the women say that they do forceful entry on them.
Yeah.
They don't care. Because they are gonna leave this money. They underestimate their mental health, It's important. Your happiness is important, But the general public will say nobody cares how you make money. But your mental health, underestimate that, amigo. Anyways, I just hope she's good. Saw the video.
The video has been right there online, Verydarkman giving his own take, and it's true, because everywhere it's like that's the story going on everywhere. Everyone's saying it's better for you to cry online than cry. I think my man Worsley dropped that video. Let me check out Worsley, and everybody be saying it's better to cry in a Lamborghini than to cry in a Keke Napep. And it's funny that this has become the new trend, and the new trend doesn't really seem favorable. Right here, I think it's the video. Let me check it out for you. My man was the shop there.
We're begging you, please. In Ned Nwoko's house.
No.
In Ned Nwoko's house, I am nothing. But in my house, I am free.
No, you're still as valuable. Mom, look at me, Mom.
Baby, once again, I cannot stand the violence. It's too much. It's too much.
Don't forgive water now. Don't forgive water. Just relax.
I bet, give her water, Jarea.
Just wait.
I actually want something.
Just relax.
Wait. Shame on you.
Are you bringing out a gun?
Hey, can you imagine? Hey, can you imagine this?
ma, we are begging you, please. Please, ma. Please, ma.
Now go inside the fight. I mean, now go inside the fight. Now go in the fight.
Man, it's a whole lot of chaos right here, man. Damn.
What? Don't tell me. Don't do. Don't do. Don't do. Don't do. Okay, let us check them. I tell you what is your gun. Calm down, please.
Yeah, that's it right there. You see it, man. It's a whole lot of chaos right there. The altercation is whoop. Damn, man. It's a lot. I looked up Twitter because like you just need to like go around here everywhere. I don't even know if this Verydarkman's page on Twitter that seems verified is the legit one, because I've looked around and I barely seen any of his video. I barely come around in this video, and I know that Verydarkman doesn't cover news like this. Like I'm scrolling around, this is not. I just think it's someone else going by the name Verydarkman and just milking off the name and getting all of the subscribers. Because I really like to get credible news. I really like to tell something as authentic as it is. So now as to the reason, no, we don't know. Right here, he's saying Regina Daniels' marriage with Nwoko is over, which I think it's a lie. It's false, because it's still saying right here. When you look down again, I think when I came down to the Verydarkman's post down here, the same place where at first they said it is over, is saying that Nwoko allegedly apologized to his wife for the 2025 Rolls Royce, which I also think is false. So sometimes I need to like Google this whole thing and check it out to see what is true and what's not true. When I check it out right from here, it's a whole lot. Maybe I need to like type the whole Regina Daniels thing and see Regina Daniels, and I look up the news to see what's the latest news right now on Regina Daniels. And 2 hours ago it is saying that she wasn't like this. Daily Post Nigeria, let me check this one out. I think this one here right here seems kind of credible, and she wasn't like this. Senator Nwoko finally opens up, accuses Regina Daniels of drug abuse. So when you check out the videos on social media, you can barely tell what exactly transpired, because when you look at the video at first, you just see that people started fighting, right? So you don't really know what led to anything. And then the vlogs, some of the fake vloggers or bloggers would first of all feed into our curiosity by giving us news that are not really credible. And so now it's 2 hours. I think this happened like 20 hours ago. Looking at the trending news like 20 hours ago as I checked. So yeah, he's saying he has accused his wife, his actress wife Regina Daniels, of engaging in drug and alcoholic use, alleging that her actions have led to violence and destruction in their home. And the lawmaker made the claims in a Facebook post on Sunday titled "Regina's Unprovoked Carnage and Rampage in My House and in My Absence." And according to him, he said Regina's alleged struggle with substance abuse is the root of their marital problems. So that's the side from him. There's always two sides to a story, and probably we're going to hear something else from Regina Daniels. Anyway, if you know me very well, if you've been listening to me, maybe personally, I don't really give a fuck about the marriage institution. I see it as an archaic institution that should be squashed. One. Secondly, Regina Daniels' marriage, in the first place, when you look at it very well, although it's how marriage has been, money has always been the bigger influencing factor. So should we say she was in love with Ned? I don't know. Love is not really a big deal in marriage, though. It's always been a financial institution, and people go into it for their financial benefit after all. So let's say yes, she went into it for financial benefit, and then now yeah, there's money, there's everything. So now what next? Some people channel all of this comfort and availability, they channel into some surrogate activity that ends up benefiting them, and then they become inventors and creators, and then but for she, maybe she has decided to channel it to drug abuse, since there's a lot of free time and there's availability of resources. So man, it's at the end of the day, it's none of my business, but it's the business of a lot of people out there. They want to know, and as a vlogger, I need to bring it out to you. And so as at now, because I'm saying this one as 3:09 p.m. Sunday, October 19, 2025, and it's saying that Ned Nwoko is saying she has started abusing drugs and substance, and that is the root cause of their problems. And like he said, I think when I read from Twitter, he said that none of his his wives, the previous wives prior to Regina, gives him this kind of problems because of course they are not into drugs. And yeah, he's saying right here that Regina was not always like this. Her current battle with drugs and alcohol is a problem, and she must continue her rehabilitation program, or I fear for her life and safety. Now she has moved to a place where she will have unrestricted access to drugs. I have other wives and none will ever accuse me of violence. Regina is the violent one here, slapping and eating 3 stabs in the past 48 hours and destroying property, including cars and windows, for no just cause. The truth is, I have set a clear condition for her to accept rehab in Asokoro or outside Nigeria, especially Jordan, where she will not have access to drugs. A clear-headed Regina would have taken Moon to the hospital, but instead she even threatened to kill our resident nurse for exposing her drug abuse. While I took Moon to the hospital, a scene of chaos unfolded at home, orchestrated by Sammy, Regina's main drug supplier. Another known supplier of drugs to Regina is also the tiny devil, or the tiny evil devil, called Anne. And I think Anne here would be referring to Anne Macaulay, right? Two-Face's ex-wife. I think I've also read about rumors of she also being into drugs, and part of also the underlying issues as to why Two-Face also divorced her. Anyway, it's not new news anymore that influential people, kids of rich people or rich individuals, people of affluence, have always had their downside, and their downside in most cases has always been the abuse of substance. They've always had that dark side, and their shadow side has always been funny. And yes, it has always comprised of things like this. So there's nothing new. It's as usual, it's as usual. And I wouldn't even say I wish anybody the best. You can't be taking drugs and I wish you the best. Already, even if I wish you the best, I'm lying to you, and I'm lying to you. So, do as you may, you get the consequence of your actions, like it has always been. So right here, maybe I should take from what I read from Daily Post, because I find Daily Post at least quite credible. I'm not saying that Twitter is not credible. Of course, I find a lot of credible news on Twitter than on Facebook. That's why I barely use Facebook. And right here is saying that Ned calls out Anne and saying she's evil and devilish, says she's the one that introduced Regina to drugs and she supplies it to her all the time. And Anne and Regina are very good friends. They go clubbing together, they go drink together, and they've also divorced their husbands together. So as Regina divorced her husband, I'm not sure yet, so we'll find out, right? We'll find out subsequently as the news continues to unfold. And so here again, we are saying 3 hours ago that I apologized to her with 2025 Rose voice. If this is true, then this is stupid, right? You need someone to stop drugs, and then you still apologize to them with 2025 Lamborghini, and then what does that say? Sometimes you need to be very strict, you need to be very, very stubborn, when it comes to certain standards and rules. So it's up to him. You can't tell a man how to go about his home. Yes, you can't tell. And at the end of the day, everything I'm saying here is based on what I see on the internet. I really do not know the inside stories and all of that. So whatever and however, I remain the great Dave, and I'm saying it's none of my business, but since it's your business, I brought it to you. Make of it what you would. And yeah, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and yeah, for now, I'm out. I'm gonna talk about my man Zlatan. I've been saying I don't talk about Zlatan. I need to check YouTube. I'm gonna check out YouTube right here. I'm gonna type Zlatan. I just finished watching Worsley's video on where he interviewed MC Jags, who said that MI is a better rapper right here than Kendrick Lamar. I just laughed at that, man. That's laughable. But then everybody with their opinion, and it's up to him. He gave his reason. He's saying because he's listening to MI more than he's listening to Kendrick Lamar. MI is like someone who said things that relate to him for whatever, blah, 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 the dash. And yeah, I'm gonna check out my man Zlatan because I really like Zlatan. But for now, I'm out. I'm out. Man, vlogging is fun. I'm telling you. See, I just go right here, there, yeah. Like I just talk. This is how we talk in our backyards. We just give it our take the best way that we can, and we like, man, it's all right. So you see, it's fun for me. I just tell you the way I tell it. Like, I scroll right here, tell you at least, and you see me again. At least I try my best, right, to give you something credible to check out. Yeah, this is how it goes, man. So yeah, I'm out.